Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Let's go. What's good, everybody? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good evening after. Wait. Good evening, everybody. I said good evening and afternoon. What am I talking about? What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight, man? Listen, trying to get something. Trying to get my thingamabob to get right. What's good, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight, man? Everybody in the chat, roll call, roll call. How y'all doing tonight, man? We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. I hope y'all ready to get into the conversations. Today has been a long day, as you all can imagine, with a lot of the breaking news that's happened. A lot of confirmations from some well-respected platforms that have echoed some things that I talked about recently in regards to Alabama's coaching staff. So I want to get into that conversation. Going to open the phone lines up. Let y'all jump in here and get on these topics tonight. But before we get into it, let me get my roll call going, man. How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all know how we do late night, man. We open up the phone lines. We go as long as y'all keep the phone lines ringing. I'm trying to make sure that we got a solid connection over here. It's looking like we having issues. Hold on. All right, y'all, give me 2 seconds. I gotta do something. I gotta fix something. There it is. I think we might be good now. How everybody feeling tonight, though? Jordan is in the house. Roll Tide. Zach is in the house. What's up, Davin? Yeah, we live tonight. Greg, what's good? How you feeling? Daniel, what's good? Who is the Ball State transfer O-line? We're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about it in a second. I'll get to you, man. Get your wristband. How, you know what? Y'all kill me with that. What's up, Tamara? How you feeling tonight? Tider 7-7. What's good? How you feeling? Haven't seen you around here in a minute. What's up, Zach? What, my guy? My guy. Who else we got in here? Dwayne, I see you down there. Jason, what's good? Roll Tide in the chat. Daniel Adams, who are you? Where'd you come from? Because you coming here talking like you know something. Zach, what's up, Daniel? Welcome to the channel, man. What's good, Greg? Oh, man. Lil Ye, what's good? Lil Ye coming in with his normal crying and complaining. Roll Tide, BT, what's up, BT? You up to jump on screen tonight? What's good, man? All right, y'all, let me try to make sure I get this connection. What's good, B Sully? I see you in the chat, man. Let's go, man. Davin. Hey, Lee. Hey, Lee. Hey, Lee. Drop the AAA link. Oh, the Turner family wants the AAA link mods. Y'all got them hooked up? Okay.
Bob Riggs dropped the link for you, Turner family. Appreciate you for asking and inquiring and thoughts. Go out to the families and victims in New Orleans. One victim was at University of Alabama. I saw that, man, and so prayers up for all the victims. We haven't really, spoke on it much. It's a lot of craziness surrounding that situation. We won't speak on it on this channel, but we do have a new YouTube channel coming up. I think y'all gonna like the new content. We're gonna actually launch it next week. Next week we'll be kicking it off. I want to say next Friday. Next Friday we'll be doing our first stream from it. So look out for the new YouTube page, not just the gaming page. We got the gaming page being launched, and we got an actual content page where we're going to be doing vlogs and everything. YouTube has sent us an opportunity to partner under a sports category with this channel. So we got an opportunity to do something great. Thank y'all, man. The viewership this week has been going crazy, and a lot of people still talking trash about us, and that's what we want. We want people to continue to say the name, because the more you say the name and you keep spinning our lies against us, calling us fake insiders, and we don't know what we're talking about, the more people try to find out if we telling the truth or not. And the more they come around, they see how hard we work to make sure we get everybody informed on the right side of the fence when it comes to information with the Crimson Tide. What's up, Henry? What's good? My father said Henny. My guy, he said Pat TV. What's good, Pat? How you feeling, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Joe Rab, my guy. Joe Rab. Let me see who else in here. Jawan, what's good, my guy? What's good? Glenn Teague is in the building. Y'all better get on this phone line tonight. Y'all better get on this phone line tonight. I'm telling y'all, man, we got some good stuff. Turner family jumping on, becoming a member of the AAA family, man. I'm telling y'all, we got some people that's been asking. I ran into some people that watch our show here in Montgomery, and they don't talk in this chat, but they were telling me about some of the things that I said on the show recently, and it was intriguing to me. You know how many people? I'm sorry, y'all. The lighting acting crazy. Let me get it right. That's way too bright. Definitely need it. But it's intriguing how many people, how much exposure we're getting, and I appreciate y'all. So, Turner family, appreciate you for joining the AAA family, man. Y'all give it up for Turner family. Let's do a hashtag TTF, the Turner family, in the chat. Hashtag TTF. What's up, Dylan? Dylan was acting up today on the earlier in the live, man. Dylan, be on your best behavior tonight, man. People don't like facts. They don't like when we tell the truth over here, but they always over here asking about what we got going on. But let me get this Instagram live started. We got some viewers on Instagram that want them. They said they like viewing it on Instagram, so we're gonna start doing our Instagram thug thizzle, and then we're gonna get into the show. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to get the live notifications up. Not everybody gets the live notifications. Usually takes about 15 minutes, so I try to take that first few minutes. And if you ever come back and watch the show post live, just fast forward to the 15-minute mark, and more than likely you'll be in the show. All right, hashtag TTF in the chat, man. Dylan said no promises. All right, Dylan. Hey, look, don't get put in timeout, Dylan. You had people mad earlier, man. What's up, Sean? My brother Sean, man. Sean is a solid dude, man. I rock with Sean. Sean, you know I rock with you, my boy. You a solid dude, man. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm clicking on the right. We got our new internet service, y'all. So if I ain't lagging, it's because it's set up good. We got everything straight. Unless my typing skills just off. I know I'm typing this right. All right, let's get in there. We should be in there now. Come on, dog. Stop playing with me. But everybody else, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I just want to give everybody a chance, man. We got 106 people on the live already on YouTube. How many likes on the stream, Jordan? Mods, how many likes we got on the stream? And let me know if y'all can hear that music good, man. If it's too loud, let me know. If it sounds like it's muffling me, let me know, because we did change some sound settings. I want quality content for my people. I want quality interaction. Appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get into it. Ayo Sully renewing his membership. Oh, this is the new membership, but he's been a member. 29 likes. Oh, no. We got 108 people in here, and we ain't even got 50 likes. What's going on? Y'all forgot to hit the like button. It's all right. Just hit it right now while we look at this intro. Listen, another thing too, man. There are some conversations we're going to have tonight. I really want y'all to pay attention to what I said 2 weeks ago when the Ryan Grubb situation was coming about. Jeremiah Alexander entering the portal. Alabama wanted to kind of bolster that offensive line depth. Not necessarily go out and get starters, but some developmental talent that could be quality depth for us in this upcoming season, this spring. And this is going to be the first spring where you're going to see the staff. It's going to look like they have an actual chance to really do some evaluation. They got something to work off of. I think we're in a good position as Bama Nation, and I really want y'all to continue to push the positive message, man, to trust the process, because you got some fans out here that's really tweaking. They're really tweaking right now, and we got to get them back on the right path. Got to get on the right path of righteousness, of being a solid Bama fan. No fair weatherness in 2025. We will not accept it. It is not acceptable, and you don't have to condone it. Speak on it. Tell them folks. Yeah, right. We got 47 likes in the stream, y'all. Get it up. Get it up. We got 124 in the chat. Let's get it up, man. 124 in the chat on YouTube. And then we also we live on Instagram. We live on Instagram, so we good. We good everywhere. Let me get my Twitter feed up, because you know they are mad at your boy. They don't like when we be right. Why? What's wrong with me being right? It's a guy on my feed. I gotta show this tweet. Let's kind of pick at some people for a second. Not pick at them. Let's try to figure out what the problem is. I don't be messing with nobody. I share my opinion just like everybody else. What this guy? He caught me. Where you at? Hey, this guy Mike is back at it again. Y'all remember the Mike Twitter page that had people going crazy? He was acting like he was releasing inside information. Oh, here go the guy, y'all. All right, so where he at? And I love getting people free advertisement when they be hating. Y'all look. So after my let's look at this. And I'm not boasting, man. This is just hard work paying off. So going to y'all seen I tweeted this like right after my live this morning. I went live with what information I had, things I was hearing about the coaching movements. And our first speculation from previously moving guys over, maybe one guy lose, but you see a massive shift to make room for Ryan Grubb. That was the first initial conversation that we had on the live a few weeks ago. You see this tweet, man, it's at 94K views, right? 94K views. And so I go and I post a link talking about it, and YouTube sends me a link, says, hey, we suggest you make this a members only. We're trying to build a brand here. We're trying to build a network. This is how you do it. You provide quality information consistently, and people want to see it. So why not? Y'all paying $6.99 to go talk on message boards and talk to Jeremy Pruitt's fake cousin, little sister auntie. Why y'all can't? Why not do $2.99 to just support somebody building it from the ground up? And my team work hard, man. Shout out to BT Sports Network. Shout out to J-Row on Twitter. Shout out to JAE on Twitter. Shout out to Big Homie 334. Who else in that circle, man? All my mods, y'all been going crazy. Just been providing I can't even count all the names or say all the names, but we got a team working, man. So if y'all can hate all you want, it is what it is. But yeah, he called me a pretend insider. I guess his feelings is hurt. He claims to be a Bama fan, but cries all the time. So yeah, he had that one, and then I replied, you mad? Like, why you mad at me? And then he came back with this one. Really in his feelings. Anytime you can get more than like 3 sentences out of somebody like this, that means they in their feelings. Let me go back to it. Where'd it go? He said, anybody. Okay, here you go. I could never be mad. Let me talk about it. I could never be mad at a dude who pushes generic info in hopes to be able to go back to it and say, look, I told y'all. Also the same dude that pushes his paywall YouTube channel whenever someone asks him what he's talking about. So why is my YouTube channel considered a paywall YouTube channel, but Bama Online message board and Insider is not considered paywall? If it's public information that you all can go and ask any recruit, any coach, any player, whatever, if you all have the same access to go and do it, why do y'all pay Bama Online to provide the information? Is it wrong for a business owner to market his product? Huh? Daniel Adams, stop acting, man. Somebody put Daniel in timeout. You're getting on my nerves. Anyways, Jordan, what's good? What's good? Right. Why? Why, Dwayne? What are we doing? But what they're doing is they're helping us because what we put out is valid. Nobody was talking about, and I have the source available. They will be talking about it possibly Sunday or Monday or Tuesday when the information is released, when the Seahawks actually have their end of season process going and they start making their end of season announcements of that. We know that they're not in the playoffs. The Seahawks are not in the playoffs. So Ryan Grubb coming to Alabama is definitely a for real thing. But why are people mad? This is a good thing. Everybody wants to get rid of Nick Sheridan, right? Everybody doesn't want Nick Sheridan as the offensive coordinator. So I provide information that's being backed by who? Come on now. Shout out to the next round, man. Where they went, man. Somebody tagged me in it earlier. Let me see. Somebody tagged me in it, and I posted my link to let them know. Yeah, I was been talking about it. But even this, somebody got mad. Matthew Ray pointed out that you see a lot of Alabama players are starting to go back and follow Ryan Grubb. This was not on Ryan Grubb's page a few days ago. And it's only relevant that these names pop up because they are the most recent followers with a large following themselves. If you pay attention to how Twitter, announces these things or showcases this stuff. So, and then you got people trying to act like they know. And then my boy J-Ro, man, J-Ro be acted up. I'm telling y'all right now, because he part of the HOC Twitter space over there. Shout out HOC, man. They very inviting when I come through there. But a lot of people be coming at my boy because we had our little back and forth, when I first started this whole, pursuing this career or this part of the industry. And we had a one-on-one talk. We from home, we from the same town, and things have panned out. We working together now. He really be providing some quality, hey, I heard this. And I'm like, nah, that ain't it. So we working, man. We working. We trying to get y'all on some new wave stuff. I'm telling you, listen, y'all heard it here first. I don't care about people picking up on it. Y'all heard it here first. There's going to come a time where the media that you all have been used to for the past 30, 40 years of covering college football, athletics, just college athletics, recruiting and everything, there's going to be a time where all the gatekeepers who are trying to keep content creators like myself or media talents like myself, they're going to be phased out. Nobody's going to be wanting to pay $6.99 to go and read an article where they could come and literally be on the screen and I'm talking to one of the players or a player or a coach on my show. And they're giving us real conversation and real insight without all the media propaganda. So if y'all like that, continue to support the wave, because honestly, if you be for real, Coach Smook the only one really doing it at this rate. And it's not by myself, my team, bro. The team that God has placed around me, bro. We dogging right now. We dogging. So we're gonna get into the conversation tonight. That was my little rant to let y'all get in. I just had to acknowledge my number one hater of the day, Roll Tide Roll. I know he's watching, probably lurking on Twitter, watching right now. And don't be scared to comment, man. I will put your comment on the screen. As a matter of fact, when we open the phone lines, you can even call. Don't hide behind a fake number and all that and be trolling and doing all that stuff. You can actually call into the phone line and explain to me why you so mad at me for doing promoting my product, man. And you could talk about college football if you want to, but most of you fair weather fans don't like to do that. You just like to talk about your feelings, and that's why this channel will continue to grow, because we just speak on facts. But with that being said, let's get into the show, y'all. I'm ready to dive into it. Yeah, I had to be a little petty. I know y'all gonna laugh. I had to be a little petty tonight, but it needs to be said. It's a lot of stuff needs to be said, and we are going to keep doing what we're doing. Let's get into the show, man. Let's go. You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's get into the show, man. Hey, y'all seen the buzz. Y'all heard the topics. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. We got a lot going on with Bama football, man. Bama football, but not just Bama football, college football in general. The playoffs, man. You talking about Georgia taking an L to Notre Dame. Jason Watkins was right. Coach was right. They was right when I was on the show. I just knew Kirby and the Georgia Bulldogs was going to be the most physical team in the trenches. I mean, that's what Georgia fans convinced me to believe, that they were physical in the trenches. And yeah, we were besting them as Alabama, but we're Alabama. We're supposed to beat Georgia, right? We're supposed to be better in the trenches. But listen, Notre Dame, Come on, man. And I'm not taking no shots at them. Y'all know it's all out of good fun, but that's what I've been trying to say since like week 4, week 5 of the season, when I came to my own realization that college football has totally changed, man. The landscape, talent spread, everybody can be good at any point in time, and then everybody can be bad at any point in time, and that's what you see in the playoffs, man. You got teams like Arizona State taking Texas to the wire. Really, if we be honest, Texas got by. They got some favorable calls. Give me a second, y'all. My stand over here does not want to stand right. Okay, there we go. Now we got action. There we go. How they look? How it sound? Notre Dame for real, brother. Hey, y'all got me. Somebody told me. And Megan, Darius ain't been around here since Georgia. Since Megan, leave Darius alone, man. Leave Darius alone. Darius been in hiding. We sent him back to ASPCA, man. He had to go back to the pound. Bad dogs go to the pound. That's where they go. I don't know where Darius been at though. I hope y'all ain't block him from the channel. Y'all know that's my troll. I created that troll. Darius is my troll, y'all. So y'all better not be blocking Darius. If y'all block Darius, I'm gonna have to reprimand you. But let's get into that conversation, man. What's the first topic y'all want to talk about? Of course, the hot news. Ryan Grubb coming to Alabama is definitely a trending topic. If you all remember, we talked about this on, what was the date? It was 2 weeks ago. I went live, and a lot of people thought I was crazy. But if somebody could find, I don't know why it's not pulling up on my Twitter. Maybe they probably took it down off the link or the tweet. Let me see. Oh, here it is. I want to listen to it. I haven't listened to it. I just seen the title, and a lot of people like hitting me up. I seen the title, and the caption says, and we're gonna pull it up. The caption says, I have a feeling you will see Ryan Grubb in Tuscaloosa. I think the full gang is coming back together. You look at Chuck Milroe, who was on that Washington staff. He gets moved over to the linebacker coach. I said this a couple weeks ago. If Kane Womack was to get another person to run the linebacker room, the inside linebacker room, and have Christian Robinson still there running the outside linebacker room, you got two coaches in Jamie Mosley and Freddie Roach running the D line, right? Secondary, you got Mo Linquist, who has extensive experience coaching that secondary. And really, you got a concept where you're going to see a lot of floating DBs in this scheme next year. A lot of guys that can play multiple positions in the secondary. So it makes sense to have one secondary coach and kind of get more action and tutelage over your linebackers. So I like the moves. So for everybody that's questioning the staff and how they're moving, you're kind of slipping. But I hope I don't get copyrighted for this. Shout out to the 522 total viewers in the chat tonight between what we got. We're live on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram is moving kind of slow tonight because we do what we do on Instagram. But yeah, shout out to everybody, and appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. But let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. Let's react to this. And see what they had to say about Ryan Grubb. I haven't listened to it. I was like, listen to the first 7 seconds, and I said, let me stop so I could save the live reaction for y'all. Y'all know how we do. Let's get into it.
This is just pure speculation on my part. But coming off a 9-4, look, there's no excuse. I think Alabama fans are upset with that. But Kalen DeBoer has got to get his program going in the right direction. And I know people are going to discount this, and they're going to say he took over what was maybe the greatest situation of all time. It is difficult taking over from the greatest and having to walk kind of on eggshells into how you transition into your program. With that said, Ryan Grubb decided to stay in Seattle. It looks like his days are numbered after this Sunday with the Seahawks. I have got a feeling.
Hey, Mike Ford, he's coming. Nah, Mo Linquist is co-DC and secondary coach. I mean, he got the promotion. Co-DC and secondary coach. Ryan Grubb as OC, Sheridan back with receivers. You'll see the real offense, whoever wins the job. Sheridan is going to go back with tight ends and quarterback. Yeah, he's going to be like the co-OC. Pass game coordinator still probably going to be with Jamarcus Shepard, but Sheridan definitely going to go back and work with tight ends. in some facet of the offense, some facet of the scheme, he's designing pass blocking scheme, and he's definitely going to work with quarterbacks, which is his expertise. So that's kind of what I've been told, and I'm going to continue to lean towards until told otherwise.
That you will see Ryan Grubb back in Tuscaloosa, or in Tuscaloosa. I guess he was there for a minute. I think the full gang is coming back together. I think there's going to be a place for Nick Sheridan on this staff. I think Sheridan, under the circumstances, did a pretty good job. You had a schizophrenic.
Whoa! What? Did I hear another analyst on a public syndication? Hold on. This can't be real. Hold on. This can't be real. Did a national publication, a publication that's very well respected, mind you, I've met one or two of these fellas in person. Did they repeat something that Coach Smook has been saying for a long time? I don't know. I mean, could it be that? I mean, y'all could just stop hating at some point and just support. I want to provide a different form of content when they talking about covering college football, recruiting, all this stuff. It's different. That don't mean you got to hate on it. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't a quarterback. Because these dudes they are plugged in. They are plugged in. Some of the people that they talk to, I ain't gonna talk about.
They are used to in their system. But I think Ryan Grubb, ultimately, just my opinion, I think he will come back to this staff, and I think that is a huge get if it does, in fact, happen for Kalen DeBoer in Alabama.
I think the interesting thing with Morrell, and I don't want to read too much into this part of it, but the reports are that he is going to coach linebackers,
right?
Which is what
Kane Womack
was coaching this year. So you wonder if Womack is now just focused on the overall defense. It doesn't have a
come on, man,
position group that he's attached to. I don't know. It'll be.
That makes sense. So that's what I told y'all from the start. With as much experience as you have on this roster, if you can get a guy to come and handle the linebackers, right, inside linebackers, we said this at the beginning. You let Kane Womack just focus strictly on play calling, not necessarily development, but evaluation during practice, play calling, and having an overall view of what he's working with instead of trying to develop a group of individuals, right? Do the same thing on the offensive side. Ryan Grubb has no rapport with the players on the roster, right? He has no background, no chemistry built. Nick Sheridan does. As much as y'all want to hate and say that he was a bad OC, at least he has some type of continuity and chemistry as far as play calling and what the team is, trying to design and look for. So now if you pull him away from those play calling duties, something that he doesn't have much experience in, you give him a position group. Let's say maybe he does replace Coach Mitch as the quarterback's coach, and then Mitch goes and handles tight ends, and Ellis gets moved strictly not tight ends, but special teams. Right? What if those things happen? And you give Ryan Grubb, who hasn't been here, you give him a chance to come in and say, okay, this is what I understand this offense to be. I'm getting these reports from my position coaches, my assistant coordinators, and things of that nature. Now let's put a game plan together, and now we can dial it up like we want to because we have all the assets in place, and everything's flowing on a more not experience, but I guess the chemistry is built over a long time that now it's flowing a lot better when you have more assets. When you got like 6-7 guys on your staff speaking different language, regardless, and it might not be a different language, it could just be a lingo. There's a lot of hiccups that could happen in those things. Plus, you're talking about dealing with a whole new roster of players that didn't even play for you. You got 5-6 players that played for you before, and they're not even like your primary guys that's going to be impacting the team. It's kind of hard to deal with that. I think Nick Sheridan did good, man.
Be interesting to see where the deck gets shuffled there, because now you've got a safeties job open with the other move that Alabama has made today. And Womack has moved off of linebackers. Does he take over safeties? It'll be interesting to see how all the defensive deck gets shuffled. But I think the net of this, which I find really interesting based on a lot of the conversation this year, is I think as the season went, Alabama fans got far more confidence in Kane Womack and far less confidence in their offensive coaching staff.
Yeah.
Scott Huff.
Also keep an eye on Freddie Roach. He was a guy that you had to keep. You wanted to keep him. He's a great recruiter. But
Joe Edwards says, OC is garbage, need to be moved to another position, cannot make adjustments. When y'all say make adjustments, what do y'all mean by that? What do y'all mean by that? Because nobody that said this has really came with any extensive football talk or things that really need to be made adjusted, other than trying to figure out a way to get your quarterback to process these things. I will continue to go and talk about the passing plays from the 2-minute drive to end the Michigan game. And I could look at that drive there, and we missed 4 opportunities to score on the 2-minute drive. We could have scored in 30 seconds if Jalen Milroe just processes this stuff correctly. It's not a play call for me. It's a lot of other expert analysts that y'all like to respect that because they sit on a TV screen that never played the game, never played at the high level, but y'all listen to them because they're on ESPN or they're on somebody else's platform that got, 20 years of upbuilding and all this. Yeah, they got a little legitimacy, but I guarantee you a lot of stuff that I'm saying, if you really talk to the football heads that know the game, that play the game, that are following, they're not stuck in an error like a lot of you fans. They're really following the game and seeing the nuances of the game and seeing how the high school game, the high school style of play is phasing into college. And that's what's helping players transition into the college ranks and have early success. College coaches are picking up on that. That's why you see the learning curve going to the NFL. That's why you see that junior year and that senior year of your college, that 3rd and 4th year in college, so important. So important. All right. So yeah, Scott Huff. Yeah, we won't get Scott Huff. I don't even think we want Scott Huff. I like Cap over Huff. I'm not even gonna lie. I like Chris Cap where he's at. The development, he's gonna have a full lineup of guys that understand what they need to do. They kind of had a year to get into that build that they need to be able to service this style of zone blocking and pass blocking, zone run game. So we're gonna get into all of that tonight. Let's finish this.
Coaching staff to sort of help transition over from Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer. He is a guy that will be sought after by a lot of schools, and sometimes, personality-wise, you don't mesh. He's just one of the guys that keep an eye on Freddie Roach and some people like that who are still there from the Saban era. For year 2 of a coach, you sometimes get a final washing, if you will, of the previous staff in year 2.
Well, while you may never be hired and told you got to keep these guys, sometimes you're hired and you're strongly encouraged to keep these guys.
Or you just sit there and go, it's stupid for me
that part,
not
Joe.
to keep a great recruiter.
That part, Joe.
That's where all the closets are.
Yeah,
right?
and plus a guy who can coach some football, and Freddie Roach is that guy. And I'm not saying Freddie would want to leave or Kalen would want him to leave. I'm just saying keep an eye to see if Freddie Roach is part of the coaching staff moving forward. He is a heck of a coach and will have a home either in Tuscaloosa or somewhere else.
Yeah, so I guess that's the clip. And then as you can see, let's go. Let me see if I can get out of full screen.
Pure speculation on my part.
He says pure speculation on my part. Yeah, so this is where I posted. Of course, it's going to show, but it's a lot of people. Zach came in there when I told everybody to go check it out, man. Jordan came in there. It was a few people that came in there and started tagging me. So yeah, we've been talking about this Grubb situation, and he's kind of echoing the same thing. So we have a writer, a journalist that covers the Seattle Seahawks, and when I saw a story back in September talking about Ryan Grubb and his the slow start to the Seahawks offense, and how he was struggling to kind of get integrated to the NFL style of play calling. And they had a little moment where they were kind of on the rise, but then you saw again where his lack of knowledge at that level started to kind of come back and bite. And then you're just dealing with a different type of game at the NFL level as a play caller. So I don't think it was a surprise that Ryan Grubb struggled. So it's good to see you have other public syndications or whatever you call them, publications that are picking up on this story. But y'all remember, Coach Smook said it first. I don't care. I'm gonna take my flowers for this one. You ain't even gotta give them to me. It just made sense. You look at the article. I'm gonna show y'all this article from Tuscaloosa News last year, and then we're gonna dive into some other topics. Oh, I had fun at the basketball game last night too, y'all. The women, the Lady Crimson Tide. Just went to work on them Gators, man. Aaliyah and Zay Green went crazy. last night. I think she dropped 28. We was there in special support of true freshman phenom Eris Lester. She had a rough game offensively, but was very intricate in defensive pressures. I think Coach Curry is very excited about her. And I forget the other young lady's name. Number 20, I forget her last name. But I mean, just a solid effort by the team, full game effort, and it was good. So we're going to talk about that too. But let me get this link up. Tuscaloosa News article that I was reading last year. This is something that I bookmarked last year, February 16th of last year, as not Kalen DeBoer, but Ryan Grubb had explained why he did not take the job at the University of Alabama. And some people were in here trying to tell me that I was crazy and that the job at Seattle was just a better job than at Alabama. It was people coming in saying that I didn't know what I was talking about, because y'all remember he came out to the Yay Alabama club, and told him, I'm gonna be your next offensive coordinator at the University of Alabama, right? But then the next day he's signing the deal with the Seahawks. All right. So it's funny to see this, but go back to this article. Let's go back to this article here. I want y'all to check this out. Share this tab here. Let me see what we got. All right, so this is from the Tuscaloosa News, man. Shout out to Tuscaloosa, John Lee Uzi. You know what I'm saying? He said Ryan Grubb and Alabama football was short-lived marriage. I remember I read this last year after the announcement was made. We came live. We was on Bama football on YouTube when we did this. It was crazy. But if you even want to call it that, almost 1 week after introducing himself at an Alabama event as the Crimson Tide's new offense coordinator, Grubb at an introductory news conference officially introduced himself to the Seattle media in the same role for the Seahawks. Grubb on Thursday fielded an assortment of questions across different topics, among them why he decided to join new Seahawks coach Mike McDonald's, which is that was in itself was like a move that I knew was not going to be a long-term move. This was a young coach. They didn't have a lot of veteran coaches that were ready to go and serve under Mike McDonald, you know, and that was going to play a huge part in how they were able to staff people in Seattle. They made they gambled with hiring Mike McDonald. But what to say, being spoiled with not working is something being given. Bama built this legacy and earned the right to have standard and complain when it's not right. No, they did it. Not you as fans. Not you as fans. How are you as, man, we're going to get in that topic. But back to this. Why he decided to join new Seahawks coach, blah, blah, blah. All right, boom. He was never officially introduced as a Tides offensive coordinator, but was presumed to take the role after following DeBoer in previous stops at Sioux Falls, Eastern Michigan, Fresno State, and Washington. Wasn't at Indiana like I told y'all. Some of y'all just swore he was at Indiana. No, he wasn't. Thought about the process a lot of times, honestly. So just in this situation, this time, right? This was February of last year. This time made it tougher. Grubb said he was getting it started at Alabama and I wanted to be there for him, but I knew this is what ultimately I wanted to do if the right situation came up. That was the right situation, meaning it wasn't the best situation. It was the right situation. We all know about everything surrounding his family, his wife, his kids, everything. He was in transition during a heightened moment for the whole staff at the University of Washington. So definitely got to play the cards right when you're talking and speaking on things that you think you know about, right? And I spoke on these things of why it would make sense for him to go and be at Seattle at the time that it was, and we settled with it, and we were confident. A lot of you all allowed myself and some of the other panelists that I was on to convince y'all that Nick Sheridan was going to be able to work it and progress, and I think Nick Sheridan did a good job. I gave him a solid B- for his job coming into the role that he came into today. Our players following Grubb all of a sudden is very telling. And Lady Tamara, I'm glad you were paying attention too, because the fact that some people are trying to say that they've been following them, that's not the case. That is not the case. They have not been following. Ryan Williams definitely wasn't following Ryan Grubb last year when he made the announcement. So I just want y'all to remember stuff like that. It's little stuff, man. It's little stuff that y'all kind of look over. But this was an article from February 16th of 2024. And you fast forward now, we're in January 3rd, almost a whole year later. And things are panning out kind of like it should have panned out in the first place, which is good for Bama football, which is good for Bama football. Shout out to the 192 viewers in the chat on YouTube. If you have not ran the likes up on this stream, please go ahead and run the likes up. We got 190 people. Can we get 100 likes on the stream? And please, bro, if we get 100 likes before the first hour, man, we got to celebrate. We got to celebrate. We might have to do some type of giveaway or something this Sunday for hitting some like goals this week. And also, don't forget, we have opportunities to hit goals. I just got a super chat goal notification. Let's try to hit it. I'm gonna go for the minimum. Let's do it. Let's go for the minimum. Let's go 10. We're going for the minimum. I just want to hit a quick one. We haven't hit one this week. Let's hit this one. So do y'all believe that Ryan Grubb will be the next OC at the University of Alabama? If you believe so, you want to have your answer highlighted, you can highlight it with the hitting the gifted super chat goal. And we ain't got to hit it, y'all. We hit enough in December. We got a whole month to hit this one. But yeah, this late night vibe is definitely with it. Hey, we need 6 more likes to get 100, y'all. Y'all going crazy, man. I appreciate y'all so much. So that's the Ryan Grubb situation. Y'all can continue to follow it. I've already said my piece on it. If you want to see the original live from 2 weeks ago, before this next round live was broadcast, and this statement was made by I forget the gentleman's name. No disrespect. I'm not throwing shade or nothing before somebody try to cut and clip and act like I just don't watch their lives. I see some clips that they post. I just don't watch the lives, and it's nothing personal. I be working my doggone self just like they work hard. I respect what they do. Lance Taylor. Shout out to Lance Taylor for the take, man. Why is J-Ro calling me and I'm live? See, folks don't be paying attention. Let me see. And call me twice. I'm live. What you doing? Anyways, what's good? What we got? If he's fired by Seahawks, I think there's a good chance. Me too. I think so too. One more like to 100? No way. I think we got it. We got 101 likes on the stream, y'all. Appreciate y'all for turning up for your boy. Let's see if we can keep the numbers going. Right now, take a moment to like and share the stream, man. Like and share the stream. What y'all thinking, man? What y'all think? We got a 27 chat rate right now. Everybody talking. Talk. Let me hear what you got to say. Let me hear what you got to say, man. Y'all like the Ryan Grubb move? Let me know. I really want to know. I think Grubb is coming. Shout out to Zach with the 199 super chat. Getting the first super chat on the goal for tonight, man. We got 10 of those we trying to hit. 102 likes on the stream. I think he is. DeBoer move happened quick because it had to. Grubb got to stay in Washington without uprooting fam so quick. And it makes sense. When you're a man and you understand the quality and the importance of having your family behind you, especially in the college game. Yeah, I think a lot of these coaches go through a lot on the day-to-day, caring for other people's children, trying to keep their best interest. The good coaches do. So it's a lot to deal with. Grubb coming now? You think so? Is it official? Did they make an official announcement? They laid on the Grubb train. You said it first. Hey, I mean, it is happy wife, happy life. You better know it. You better know it. Before we get into the phone lines, though, let's dive into the other topics real quick. Transfer portal news. Let me get on my Twitter feed. Y'all know it's always there. Bama transfer news. Alabama. Let me. You know what? Shout out Brody Smook. My boy Brody Smook and got over on Touchdown Alabama, and they got him writing. Let me go to Brody's page. He always provides the best to me. He provides kind of like the best short edits for Alabama football news. Let me get on his page to give him some love. If y'all want to follow, like, not necessarily breaking news or insider, you want to get good write-ups on who we're getting out of the portal, recruits, all of that stuff. Brody does a great job doing write-ups, short write-ups on these guys. We got one guy out the portal, and we got 2 that entered the portal. Jeremiah Alexander, somebody that I expected to hit the portal. We talked about this the other day. Let's talk about Jeremiah Alexander in the portal. Let's see what Brody Smoot has to say about this. Shout out again to my brother, Brody. Brody. Let's get to it. Breaking: Alabama linebacker Jeremiah Alexander has entered the transfer portal. The former 4-star spent 3 seasons in Tuscaloosa. He recorded 8 tackles with the Crimson Tide. Alexander played primarily special teams. He's become the 17th scholarship player to enter the transfer portal and the 5th Alabama native to enter in this cycle from Alabama. Are we worried? No, not after getting guys like Kelby Collins and Nikhil Green. You got this freshman class of linebackers coming in, Luke Metz. You got Abdul Sanders Jr. You got Justin Hill. You got Duke Johnson. You got Justin O on the roster. You got Caden Jones on the roster. You got Justin Jefferson coming back next season. Like, we have plenty of depth at the linebacker room, plenty of talent. I'm not going to say depth. I think we could definitely pad the depth a little bit. Add some more guys. I think Brody even wrote up, Quay Rusaw. I mean, all the linebackers. And these are guys that we haven't got to see a lot of. You know, Yanzi Pierre, Noah Carter, Sterling Dixon, QB Reese, guys that we have not been able to see for a long time. So I'm excited about the linebacker room. And then to follow that up, you had King Mack, somebody that I believe, in my personal opinion, and no shade, once again, that's just my personal opinion. I don't think King Mack I think he underperformed. And I think it was just more so of him not being comfortable and not being put in a position. I think he's more so of a one high type safety. I don't think he's more that Husky Rover look that we were trying to get him to play. More of a one high safety. Looked to step slow in a lot of situations. Made some key plays at some points, but just never looked comfortable. Entering the portal. We got him out the portal last portal. I want to say spring portal. Came from Penn State, I believe, right? So going to see him in the portal. And then we go in the portal. We go get, like I said, something of quality depth to create some quality depth in our offensive line room. I think this might have been a Coach Cap pick. You look at the size. These are the guys that Coach Cap usually come. He brings them in and he just molds them into freaking monsters. Alabama has landed a commitment from Ball State transfer offensive lineman Arkel Anugwam. All right, and Anugwam took an official visit to Alabama on Friday. The Nigerian native has unteachable size and potential. He is listed at 6'6", 330 pounds. In 2 seasons at Ball State, Anugwam played 100 snaps and made 1 start at left tackle. He is a huge depth add for Crimson Tide and could be valuable backup at one of the tackle positions during the 2025 season. Getting a guy like this who's such raw in talent, and I mean raw, you can look at his gameplay, and he's not going to be technically sound. He's raw to the game of football, but you get him in a system where he can be developed. He's a developmental project that can go out and get you quality reps. You don't want to lean on him to be a catalyst for your offensive line, but you can get quality reps with this guy, and you can kind of phase him along if you have a solid starter in front of him. Very raw, exactly, big homie, very raw. And it's just because of lack of experience. He hasn't played the game for a long time. Shut up, 334. We trying to act civilized. We're trying to be civilized tonight on the show, man. Y'all don't be acting up too bad tonight. We got 110 likes on the stream. Can we get up to 125? 15 more likes to get up to 125. So, getting into the conversation. Is Daniel Adams back? Daniel Adams, you done trying to be I want you to get on the phone line, Daniel. I just want to hear your thoughts. I want to see what you got to talk about, what you got inside scoop that I don't got, because I feel like you feel like you got something that I don't got. I need you to talk to me. We need to have a conversation. Put me on game, Daniel. Put me in the game, Daniel. All right, last but not least, y'all, Alabama women's basketball. Y'all, I think I could show y'all a preview of this. I'll be nice and show y'all a preview of this. Let me see if I could get y'all a preview of this, because these girls really showed they tail last night, and for what they did to the Florida Gators. I think this team is just starting. They're just getting started. Prayers up for Sarah Ashley Barker. I haven't seen any updates on her injury, but she left the game in the second half. I think that was the second half. It looked like somebody either stepped on her ankle or she like kind of got rolled up and somebody stepped on it. So I don't know. Hopefully everything's good with her, but the rest of the team played good. Cody Essence, man. Shout out to Cody Essence. She has become a force in the paint. And really the moment she I still don't think she's figured it out. I still don't think she's figured it out how dominant she can be. She's really, and you could tell she's been in the weight room, so strong in the paint. her and Weathers and Janae Cunningham, man. I mean, we have a solid squad, and then everybody else is kind of like your stretch guards, your perimeter guards. That the perimeter defense by our women's team is elite, man. Active, hands are active. A lot of quality talking and communication on the defensive side. But what is the most impressive this year? The offense, the speed, the up-tempo offense of our Lady Crimson Tide, man, is something different. When they have the ball and they're pushing it, they're pushing the rock, they're getting to their spots around the three-point line. We got some elite shooters. Leah Nye is probably our most consistent shooter. Probably she on a hot streak, y'all. I think she went 4 or 5 last game, or 4 or 6 last game from the three-point line. No, three or 5 from the three-point line. I think 1 or 4 or something like that from the field. But solid shooter game from her. Zay Green went off for another 28. Let me pull up the stats. I keep thinking. Let me not stop thinking and actually going. I got computers in front of me. What is my problem? You know what I'm saying? See, if I had a producer, if I had some producers, some volunteer producers to help, you know, I could have all this stuff. But you know, God gonna send it at his right time. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna complain. We ain't gonna complain. I'm just playing, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, man. But let me see. Let me get these scores up. What's today? Yesterday was Thursday. Boom. Let's get this. Here we go. Box score. Zay Green had 27 on him. Zay Green had 27. Essence Cody had 9 with where her stuff went. Essence Cody, our forward/center, had 9 with 3 blocks, 1 steal, 11 rebounds. All right, that's what you want to see from Cody. 8 points from Weathers, another solid rebounding game. She's going to always get you 4 to 8 rebounds a game, 4 rebounds. Didn't see her get the steals, but she was very disruptive on defense. Sarah Ashley Barker, like I said before, she went out the game. I think she was, just streaking, man. She had just started, getting aggressive, attacking the glass defensively, and then being active on offense, getting in the paint and dishing the ball. Left the game in the third quarter with 9 points. Then you had a Leah Nye coming in with her 10 points, and then Zay Green went off for 27. And then you look at the bench play, man. Diana Collins, that's who I was talking about. Diana Collins, number 20. She's a transfer, one of the guards. You saw her displaying her experience yesterday. Very calm, cool, and collected, handling the rock, helping with the point guard play. Going to be a solid was going to showcase how solid of as she was in this offseason, getting her out the portal. And then Gianna Cunningham came in. I mean, Gianna she's just your hustle player, man. She's going to bring the energy. She's going to talk smack. She's going to be physical. She's not going to back down from anybody. And she's going to play quality minutes. And then Eris Lester, true freshman, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, true freshman hooper. Didn't have the best scoring game. But she was active on the defensive side. Very bought in. You could tell that she's going through her learning curve. And Coach Curry, I think Coach Curry has high hopes for Eris going forward with the Lady Crimson Tide. So with that being said, I'm moving, y'all. I took the whole first hour and I completed all of our segments that we really wanted to talk about. And now I got time to small talk and let y'all know what we're going to do in our phone call segment. So before we get into our phone call segment, I'm going to provide y'all with a little infomercial break. But right after we come back from this little infomercial break on how to join the AAA family, and a shout out to our sponsors, I need y'all to be ready to call in 334-625-1121. When y'all see it come up on the screen, when y'all see the number come up on the screen, that's when the phone line is open. All right. And when you call in, we're going to try to hold the conversations to 10 minutes or less. We're going to let y'all talk a little bit. 10 minutes is a long time. We're going to stay live for a minute. And I want to try to get at least 5 to 6 phone calls. So if you're ready to call in, if you're ready, get your phones ready. Don't move. I'm telling you, we are coming back. And if you are new to the show and you want to be shouted out on Twitter, make sure you come over. Make sure you come over and you drop a like. Make sure you retweet and tag me on Twitter, and I will shout your comments out on the stream. My sister, Lady Tam, she already been holding it down. She's going to get her comments over here because she's AAA. She's AAA, so she ain't gotta retweet and all that. She gonna make sure that her little brother is seen. Shout out to my sister Tam, man. She been supporting for a long time. But right after this infomercial break, we're going to get into it, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And I hope y'all enjoying the show. If you're enjoying the show during this infomercial, drop some emojis and share the screen, man. Share the stream. Be back with y'all. Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feel sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Dylan is at it again, y'all. Dylan is at it again, y'all. Phone line is open, 334-625-1121. Go ahead and call in, get ready to share your thoughts. Go ahead and call and share your thoughts with your boy, Coach Smook, here on the Coach Smook Network late night call-in show. Hopefully y'all ready to talk about all of the news that's been coming out about Alabama. Chuck Morrell getting a move over to linebacker coach. That was huge. I'm telling you, that's a continuity thing, and I like what it's going to bring. I have great high hopes for Alabama Crimson Tide coming into the 2025 season.
Call from Zach Willie. To accept, press 1.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, man.
What's up, Coach Smook?
Man, you already know, man. Feeling good tonight. How about yourself, brother?
I'm feeling good, Coach.
Look,
feeling good.
Late night Friday, just got paid. Parties jumping, feeling fine. Yeah. Booty shaking all around. Everybody dancing. Get on down. Y'all don't see. If y'all don't know, you don't know. You don't know that song. If you know that song in the chat, give me a comment. I maybe messed up a few words, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Zach. Talk to me, man. What's on your mind tonight?
Man, first off, I gotta say this. Congratulations on 2,700 subscribers, man. We getting there.
We getting there, right?
That far away. We're not that far away from big time.
I know, man. We working, bro. We working, Zach. It'll be a year in May. May 1st, it'll be a year that we made that. Y'all remember that live? We can't talk about it publicly, but y'all remember that live when we had to do that live, and life was about to change for us, and it did. And so, yeah, appreciate that, Zach. Yeah. 2.7K, 2,700 followers. We started January 1st last year with 72 followers on our YouTube channel, y'all. January 1st of 2024, we had 72 followers here on the Coach Smook Gaming channel. That's what it was called, Coach Smook Gaming. And then we just went to Coach Smook, and then now we're Coach Smook Network. So thank y'all for y'all consistent support, Zach. For real, man. You've been more consistent than I could ask for, man, and I appreciate it. But talk to us, man. What's good?
Yes, I'm going to say this, and now I'm not hating on Nick Sheridan. I'm going to go talk about Ryan Grubb.
Mm-hmm.
If Ryan Grubb comes to Alabama, it would be in Nick Sheridan's best interest to go back to his natural coaching position, because it only benefits him, going back to his natural coaching position where he's more comfortable, because as the OC, he has a lot more responsibilities instead of just using the tight ends for blocking screens and route running and coaching the quarterback. He had to call the plays, come up with the game plan, figure out the blocking schemes, make the routes for the tight ends, coach, develop Jalen. It was so much on him that he just maybe is a little too much for him too soon. And it's not a bad thing. He did a incredible job of what he had at the time, but I will say this, maybe it would be better next season for him to go back to his natural coaching position. That way, and get, whether it's Grubb or whoever is available that will best fit what we want to do here at Alabama, and just keep moving forward and keep bringing what Coach DeBoer standard,
For sure.
transitioning Coach Saban standard, but yeah, and talking about the ladies basketball team last night, they look good, Coach.
Man, listen, Zach, I'm gonna have my blog finished tomorrow, man. And we had a little resistance yesterday. Unfortunately, y'all know, I remember y'all seeing me live on the side on the floor seats. So apparently I need credentials to be on the floor and just get clips of the game, even though, other people had their phones out and all that stuff. They're considering me media. I feel like I'm a media talent. I don't think I'm media. I don't claim to be this public national publication, but I guess that might be a sign. It might be a sign. So we're gonna pursue to continue to grow the Coach Smook Network. And if that's what needs to be done so that I can continue to provide this coverage and content for y'all, that's what I'm gonna do, man. It comes with a few stipulations, but that's why we're growing the network, because it doesn't have to be a one-man show. And that's something that I've been very adamant about, trying to build a team around me, man, of people who have aspirations of being actual team reporters. There could be a sector of our network that does team reporting and abides by what you have to abide by as a team reporter, as far as being able to deliver that information and that content. So we're going to try something, man. We're going to continue to grow. And a lot of people will listen to it and be like, yeah, he think he big time. No, this is a team effort. I got a lot of sources, man. And I mean, it wasn't built overnight. It was not built overnight. We really had to go through some things. Some people that are lurking in the chat, 656 people on Twitter lurking in the chat right now, have been speaking evil on my name since January of last year. So it's funny to see that nobody watches it, but we're still growing. People want the truth, man. Whether they like it or not, they want the truth. And that's what we're going to keep doing. But Zach, Ryan Grubb coming back, you said it'll be a good idea. You like the ladies. What about the portal, man? Jeremiah Alexander, somebody that actually got some burn in this last game against Michigan due to the injury to Jihad Campbell. You kind of saw why he hasn't seen the field this season. We saw that in the Michigan game. What's your thoughts on these portal guys that's leaving, and then the get on the offensive line? And then we're going to open the line up for some more people to call in.
All right. Overall, I see why he wasn't why he wasn't playing, before the Michigan game. He just wasn't ready. It's not a bad thing. It's just, he wasn't ready, and he kind of got forced into that row with Jihad going down. And man, it broke my heart to see Jihad go down the way he did, man.
Yeah, man.
But it is what it is. He was out there giving it his all, playing his heart out, and it happens. It's football. You can't predict injuries.
Facts. Facts. I like how the staff though how they really just put it all on the veteran. A lot of people say they were too loyal. I think you let this team, those veteran guys who wanted to play, you let them go out how they want to go out, man. You kind of live with what happens, because I truly believe Kalen DeBoer went into this game, regardless of what Jalen Milroe's decision was, a page was being turned. A page was being turned, and it was going to be, regardless of what everybody else did, he had a plan. He had a plan that once he hit that year mark, he was going to initiate Kalen DeBoer's process. And Kalen DeBoer's process so far had Kalen DeBoer at how many wins and losses at the Power 5 level? Fresno State, he lost. He came into 104-12, came into it at Bama at 104-12. Comes into the season, you get you're 113 and 16 now. I think we're still in good position with this coach creating an opportunity to put his teams in the best position to win. Final thoughts, Zach.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you, Coach. And like I was saying, like I was commenting earlier, haters, I mean, we call them haters. Deep down, they're paying, fans because they cannot not watch.
Right. And I love showing up for them, man. I really do. Even on Twitter, man. I love it. I love when people call me out. I mean, when they go as low as start like name calling, like really like attacking me and my family and stuff, like talking crap about my kids and go get your ex-wife and all this stuff. I be laughing like, man, you just don't know how much entertainment that is. It's pure entertainment. Like a lot of these channels I had to watch that week. I had to take my break, y'all. It's pure entertainment for me. Like I really don't take it to heart, and I like just how the industry is changing. It's right down my alley. You got to have some tough skin to really thrive in this industry, and you can't be swayed by clicks and likes. Some of you creators out there, stay true to who you are. Stop trying to be something that you thought somebody told you hype you up to be. Stay true to who you are. Golly, you could be so much better if you just stuck to who you are. That's why I will always answer this phone when Zach call in. He ain't tried to switch it up, not once.
Nope. And I'm going to keep being me. And if y'all don't like it, y'all don't have to listen. You know, I mean, it's that plain and simple.
Zach said, y'all ain't got to listen. Well, Zach, let's get the phone lines open up, man.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Roll Tide, Coach Smook, Roll Tide, AAA family.
100%, Zach. I love you, my boy.
Love you too, man.
That's my boy, Zach, man. That's little bro right there, man. Y'all be like, man, how he your brother? He white. Yeah, that's my brother. Shoot. What you mean? That's my brother. Y'all hear that T-Town in him? That boy Bama through and through. My brother. Love it, love it. The phone line is open, 334-625-1121. My brother, Hall of Fame Jason. Jason, I gave you your flowers earlier. You should have showed up on time. I ain't gonna repeat it again. I know that's what you came over here for. I ain't looking at your comments either. I'm just playing. You want to come on the screen with me, little bro, big bro?
Call from.
This is Greg. Put me in the game, Coach.
Uh-oh. Yo. Had the late night show just so I could hear from my bro, Greg, the big E. Oh, what's up, Greg?
Your other white bro calling in.
Yeah, my other white brother calling in, man. How you feeling tonight, Greg?
Feeling good. I'm glad you had a show and I was up and available and watching you, enjoying it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you doing the show for everybody.
Yes, sir. Already, Greg, man. Been missing your voice, man. I know you back working, man. I know you hate it. And I said, man, if I could get Greg on the line someday soon, early in the year, I think we on the right track. And literally, God is really happy. You, Greg, you know how I am, man. I pray about everything. And God has really answered my prayers because everybody that I've been wanting to hear from has been popping back up in the streams. I mean, checking in on social platforms and all of that, man.
I've just sometimes when you're on the morning, I'm either at work or I'm doing something else. I've been trying to get back on, but I'm always going to be in here helping you create all y'all goodness. I'm always just going to jump on the bus.
Yeah, man, 100%.
You just going to drive. You're just driving us, baby.
100%, man. I'm with it. But Greg, man, a lot of things have happened since we last talked. But tonight we're talking about Ryan Grubb possibly coming back to Alabama. Let's get your thoughts on that first. Let's get about 2 or 3 minutes on that. and then we'll go and talk about some of the other stuff that, with the portal and everything.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm ready to fire away on that one. I've been wanting to see that for a while, maybe 3 times the charm with Coach Grubb. And like you said earlier, I totally agree. I think it was an easy decision for him when that opportunity came up. He didn't have to move. Family could stay there. So, that was – but I guarantee you the NFL is a whole different game. When you're a college OC and you go to the NFL, yeah, it's your job and you got all day. You don't have to worry about recruiting and all that stuff. But, man, you don't produce, you have a little struggles, man, they're going to fire you in a heartbeat. They just don't care. But that's the rumor that this is probably his last game. So we're hoping, I'm hoping that he'll come back because I think him and Caleb, man, they got a great chemistry, man. They know how to get the offense rolling.
And you know what? I think people
next year.
I think people give Grubb too much credit, man, for his connection with Kalen DeBoer, because if you look at how the system is ran, the connection to Kalen DeBoer is really through Nick Sheridan and Jamarcus Russell. I mean, that's just kind of how the ascension of it works.
All 4 of them, all them together.
Yeah.
But I'll say that Kalen's been more when they've been apart, which it hadn't been a whole lot. There's been a couple of times they've been apart. Kalen always still kept going good, and Grubb struggled. I think Grubb needs Kalen more than Kalen needs Grubb, but we'll take him. But,
Facts.
I think you need the collective chemistry of the staff. You need Shepard's a great wide receiver coach, and I thought Nick Sheridan did a pretty good job. I mean, heck, you get thrown in to be the OC, and you thought you were going to be the tight end coach, and you got a quarterback and an offensive line, and it was just hard, man. I mean, what do you call sometimes? And you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But
100%.
I thought he did an okay job. I didn't have a problem with it. I just thought our players didn't execute at critical times sometimes, and sometimes the offensive line prevented a lot of things. But anyway, that's a long story. But yeah, I want him back. Yeah. I think it'll be great.
I think, Greg, at the end of the day, I think this is probably the best option to see a quicker progression as far as the continuity and the understanding of the plays and everything for the offense as a whole. You're doing what I speculate. Same thing that Lance Taylor in the round the table. I mean, next round panels speculate.
I saw that segment. I read somewhere today or yesterday that Alabama, as far as the Washington offense, and I know everything changes different every year when you get different. Like our offense this year, as far as calls and stuff, there wasn't hardly anything that was. Maybe a few things, but nothing like what they're used to.
Nothing was truly carried over, and I continue to tell people that. But it shouldn't have been a surprise to Alabama Nation, because Coach Sheridan and Coach Sheridan and Coach Kalen DeBoer both came out at the beginning of spring, the very first press conference when Kalen DeBoer came out, and he was asked a question about who was the starting quarterback. And then he said Jalen took first snaps in today's first practice. He took the first snap at the quarterback position. And then when they asked him the next interview as far as install, how everything was coming along, they said they were going to take what they've done in the past and try to use what they can to fit Jalen Milroe's best assets. So if you think about that, his best asset was not his throwing. It was not throwing. He was most electrical, he was most effective when his legs were involved in the game. And I think he got away from that.
I think they did. They tried as much as they can. They ran Jalen a lot. That sounds to get me worried, like he's going to get hurt. But
Jalen ran Jalen a lot. I will come in and confirm that. I go and look a lot of them plays, man. I'm like, man, there's no way he was coached to make that read.
Running back.
Come on, man. There's no way he was taught that in no film session. A lot of the stuff that he was doing, and it is just being in your head, man. I'm not making excuses, but you have to be better on those simple concepts and reads. And I mean, it's just so much. But go ahead, Greg. We talked about Ryan Grubb. You're all for it. I think everybody understands the moves with Chuck Milroe going to the defensive side, freeing up Kane Womack to kind of just be a coordinator, bringing in another coordinator.
I love that move too.
It's beautiful.
And Milroe did help, even though he was the assistant to the head coach. he still during practices he was always working with middle linebackers.
Oh yeah, and people forget
all
that
year
too.
long he did. So yeah. So he's going to be a real familiar with, and he was the defensive coordinator at Washington. So he's not like he's he's been with Caleb DeBoer since Dakotas. Been with him forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here's another thing I want people to realize. Not only was DeBoer hired in January the 14th or whatever it was, he had to get his staff together. A lot of times your first year, one reason why you struggle, and we did struggle, I mean, but still, we still won 9 games.
What is I got?
Sometimes
Greg,
your staff, you're having to get it so fast. You may not get everything exactly right. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You had to get one. So then year 2, you got to make some adjustments. Well, he's already made one.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way everything kind of fell in place. And Nick Saban was the same way. His first year, they went 7-5. He changed offensive coordinator. He changed defensive coordinator and a couple other things because he had to hire people really quick too. I mean, a lot of times you only get what's left.
Right.
A lot of teams people aren't just going to leave right before spring training and come, and so I thought, we won 9 games. I mean, it is what it is. But I think with
100%, man.
if we improve the staff just a little bit more, I think we're going to be better next year. And it was new players. It still was Nick Saban's players. He was just sort of, I had to play with his players. Now this year it's going to be his players because even Nick Saban's players has already had 4 or 5 opportunities to leave, and obviously they like playing for him, so they're going to be his players. So I think next year is really where you can kind of see, okay, this is what it's really going to be about, more than maybe this year.
100%.
And I'm not saying that we should have. I'm still saying we still should have won a couple more games, but still, I'm not crying over 9-4 with a first year staff because that's the best first year coach in Alabama history. I don't care. And we played a tough schedule too, so I'm not like a bunch of people are panicking and wanting to fire him and he's on the hot seat. That's bullshit. He is not on a hot seat.
Hot seat writers. I want y'all to Greg, say it again. Is Kalen DeBoer on the hot seat for all these publications that keep talking about he on the hot seat? Paul Feinbaum coming at your big ear.
No, he's not on the hot seat.
Bro, how?
He is not
Paul, you got these ears like me. Me and Paul got some big old ears, y'all. And I hear a lot of stuff. It's just some stuff with big ears. You should be able to decipher through some bull stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a bunch of people just say that to stir the pot to get clicks.
And why do we have to? Why?
And it's not fact. It's not true.
Greg, why do we as fans? Why do we as fans allow the media to and you know what's sad, Greg? We're living in an age where you can literally go do your own research, right? Y'all don't even have to sit here and watch me for real. You can go and do your own research and line facts up. And a lot of this stuff that's being written and pushed out is not factual. It's not factual in it bothers me to the point where I'm like, okay, it is what it is. It just gives me energy to react.
I know. I get my blood is boils when I start reading stuff like that. I'm like, people are insane. Okay, Nick Saban retired last year, right? It was kind of a surprise, but I mean, we all knew it was coming one day. Who was the best available coach? If you looked at anything, it was Kalen DeBoer, the best available that would take the job and that had, he had a great resume.
Facts.
I mean, it was, and I'm fully supported. But one thing I want to point out is, everybody's been dogging the SEC, and I get it. We kind of had a down year, probably a little bit more than I thought we were. And the Big Ten might be a little bit better than I thought. But like I told you, way back when I was calling with my bad leg, when Nick Saban gets out of the game, I said that everybody's game's going to drop because they're not chasing the goat no more. So everybody's going to be a little bit, they're not going to prepare maybe as hard, or they're not trying to beat Nick. Everybody's trying to beat Nick. When Nick's gone, everybody just kind of went flat. To me, everybody was sort of mediocre. Not Texas. I mean, they don't blow out people. They almost get beat every game. They should have got beat the other day for the bad call. Georgia definitely wasn't Georgia there. And here's the other thing I want to say about Georgia. You ain't no dynasty. You wasn't a dynasty.
Never been.
3 wide receivers getting hurt. Everybody's like, their dynasty's over. I'm like, they didn't have no dynasty.
Never.
They won 2 championships because TCU got into the playoff. Should have never gotten the playoff. We should have gotten the playoff. We probably would have beat them again.
Again.
And we had all of our wide receivers hurt. So they got 2 because of hurt legs. Okay, they were never a dynasty. Now this is 2 years in a row. They're not going to win it, and they sure ain't going to win it next year because they ain't got no quarterback. So I just want to take all the little Bulldog fans out there. Y'all didn't have a dynasty, and you don't have a dynasty. Clemson didn't have one.
Facts.
They won it twice.
Facts.
They didn't have one. We did.
For sure.
We did.
For sure. Well, Greg, listen, you on your 10 minutes, man. Final thought, and then I'm gonna open this phone line back up for the rest of the chat, man. Hey, you've been gone a few weeks, man. We gotta stick to it. We got 138 likes on the stream. We got 148 viewers on YouTube. We got 799 on Twitter, and I don't know how many we got on Instagram because I accidentally hit the back. Like we got almost 1,000 live viewers right now.
I can remember. That's one of the biggest nights I can remember.
I mean, the last big one we had was the loss to Oklahoma. We had 1,400 people live on Twitter.
I remember that night. Yeah, it was bad.
Well, Greg, man, final thoughts, man. Final thoughts. Talk to me, brother.
All right. Well, all you naysayers out there, all you, I know Coach Smook, Coach Smook, well, you do smoke their ass when you call them out. When they start whining and complaining, quit it. Stop it. We have a great recruiting class coming in. We're going to probably have some coaching changes. We're probably going to upgrade a little bit, like all good coaches do. We're going to have a good spring training. We got a great quarterback. I don't know if anybody watched him the other day, but he's a little skinny. He's gained a little weight, but I love how quick the ball comes out. He's smart. He's like a right-handed Penix. Got a little bit of Jalen, dude from LSU. He's good. Now, will he win it or not? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm just going to be straight up. Ty Simpson has never impressed me when he's done cleanup duty.
Greg, don't get my show. Don't get me canceled tonight. Don't get me canceled tonight. We're going to wait.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm just saying from my perspective, just watching him, he hasn't been what I was hoping he'd be. Like when Tua would come in, he just light it up, or when Bryce would come in, he would just light it up. And just
it made you wonder. It made you wonder.
It just blow out.
But you and just to close the conversation, it made you wonder, like, because of how good they displayed what they were doing, following up the starter, what they could actually do. Tua came out there and he looked better than Jalen Hurts in the passing game. I can't say Ty Simpson looked better than Jalen Milroe in the passing game when he came in the game. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that. Like, honestly, looking at I just can't say it.
Bro, I'm just saying he scares me. He scares me a little bit.
Just a little bit. And I think he could turn the curve. I think he could figure it out. But he don't have a lot of space because that Keelan Russell is coming.
He got that it factor. He ain't got the it factor for me. I'm just saying it. I know I'm just an old white guy, but I'm just saying I think my quarterback may be just going to be on campus in the next 2 days. That's what Anyway, I love you, Coach.
For sure, man.
Great. Get that content flowing. Just keep your ears to the ground and keep getting those.
I'm the supplier. You know me. I'm the plug.
You are, bro. I forgot about that. You are you're my dealer.
I'm your dealer.
You are my content dealer. I got it in my veins right now. I'm getting good.
Greg, get off the
phone.
All
you naysayers out there, man. Naysayers, just shut up. Just shut up. Quit being a little whiny ass. Stop it.
All right, Greg,
just let it play out. Just let it play out. And you're going to be happy. I promise you.
Oh, man. All right, Greg. Roll Tide, man.
Right, Roll Tide, man.
Take care, man.
Roll Tide.
Good to hear you, bro. Good to hear from you. Y'all, we don't ever, you know what? Greg, he finds a way to kind of like momentum throughout the phone call. He's just like, and then that last, like, when we supposed to be 30 seconds closing out his phone, he know how to extend it to 2 minutes to keep me, like, I can't even say nothing. I'm like, because it's so funny. I love Greg calling in, man. I love Greg calling in. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Keelan Russell, yes, that boy is going to be next. He's going to be him. Hey, can we get 5 more likes to get to 150 likes on the YouTube side, y'all? And on Twitter right now, if you're on Twitter, can we get another retweet? I want to see another 5 or 6 notifications pop on Twitter for retweeting this live. What's it was? Wish it was Vinny. Oh, they not commenting on the live. They on the See, some people they be commenting. They be commenting on stuff, man, and I don't think they really be paying attention like the time of how stuff playing. Like if something happened 6 hours ago, don't come in commenting on it because it's probably being addressed. Like people were talking about the whole Alabama Coach Saban roster debate, right? The Coach Saban, Kalen DeBoer roster debate, saying that Coach Saban didn't have talent. I really wish y'all would go, like right now we got 800 people watching on Twitter, right? 818 people, that's what it say. Hold up, let me refresh it, make sure it's accurate. We got 820 people watching on Twitter. If you're on Twitter right now and you really believe that Coach Saban's 2007 roster didn't have any talent that he got, you know, once he came over his first year roster didn't have any talent, I want y'all to at Marquise Mays, at Nick Gentry, at I want to say DJ Hall. I mean, just to name a few. At John Parker Wilson. At all of these guys that's on Twitter, they're actively on Twitter commenting about what Alabama football should be. A lot of these guys were on that roster. All right? A lot of these guys were on that roster. At them. And tell them to tap in. Tell them to call in. I want to hear their thoughts since they're the only ones that could speak on to some of y'all fans since they played at the University of Alabama and they played for Nick Saban and they're the only ones that understand Alabama football. Nobody's, you know, that actually understands the game can speak on it. At them and see what they got to say about it. I would love to hear Marquise Mays say, you know, what's up? Hey, what's up, Smook? You know, hey, Marquise, you think this 2024 team would have handled y'all? We're not even talking about like records at that point. You're just disrespecting some athletes from a different era who were dogs in their era. Marquise Mays, Darius Hanks, they were freshman recruits that Saban secured coming into that 2007 class. Marquise Mays, man, started changing the game with the type of receiver Saban wanted to recruit, right? Man, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to be careful with how y'all and then the whole Coach Sheridan can't make adjustment argument. What adjustments? I saw offensive linemen being switched out the last 6 weeks of the game. I saw wide receiver rotation kind of get slimmed down. I saw the RPO run game, making your quarterback's biggest asset continue to be a threat, right? Phone line is open 334-625-1121. I saw him giving Jalen Milroe opportunities to make the right reads in the play calling. Meaning even the run game, you don't have to run the ball every time we call it RPO, Jalen. And then also, everybody hates the QB run in the red zone that we do. QB zone read or the QB zone. Everybody hates it, right? But if Jalen runs it with intensity, with purpose, right, and you get some at least a chip block from Ryan Williams on the perimeter, we have a lot better success with that play. I think Nick Sheridan probably was limited in how many formations that ran out of. I don't know what type of personnel groupings you could run that blocking scheme out of. I mean, I know how many you can. I could come up with a few, but based off the design and their style of offense, I don't know if he was limited to the formations that he was permitted to running that play. But hey, it is what it is. I think we got a better situation next year. And you got to think they never really designed the offense to be ran by a dual threat quarterback whose heavier threat is his legs, right? So a lot of adjustments to be made in the offseason. I think a lot of things will be done, and it's going to work out for us. D'Amico Ryans was on that roster. Come on, man. Yeah, Andre Smith, Simeon Castile. Come on, Dylan. We talked about this the other day. I went through a whole list. I don't care to go back and forth. That was one of the craziest debates. For people to say that Coach Saban didn't have any talent, the style of play was different. Granted, right? He came up in a different era. The style of play was different. Games were a lot slower. You know, you very rarely had high-scoring games. It was a possession game. You had times where, you know, you would go, 11-minute drives was the norm. A 9-minute drive was the norm, So you had then, I want to say in 2007 to 2010, the average number of possessions in a game was like 7 on both sides of the ball. So that means you got a long time of possession. Now you talk about 12, 14 possessions in a game, right? 3 possessions a quarter. It used to be like 1 possession a quarter for teams. 1 offensive possession a quarter, you average like 1.5 possessions a quarter. That's how slow the game was. So that's what Saban also had to deal with that. It was a benefit and a hindrance. It was a benefit for him, but it was also a curse. It was a blessing because it allowed him to play slow around his defense. But when the offense wasn't clicking, it hurt him that first year. And you could tell because look at the scores of the games. A lot of 3-point losses, a lot of 1-score losses in that season. Out of those 6 losses, right? So, hush. I'm still confused how we lost to Oklahoma. I'll forever, Jeremiah Taylor, I've been looking at your comments. You confused about a lot of things. You confused about a lot of things, brother. Let me go find the one you said. I forget which one it was. And Crossville Engineering, I hope y'all got that weirdo out of here. How do you come in here talking about calling somebody a simp loser? You're in somebody else's chat trying to call somebody a simp loser. Talking about a guy that makes 7 figures or 6 figures to coach football, and you're calling him a simp loser because he chose to keep his family together. You're probably bored and single, right? Probably lonely. You probably let your dog eat peanut butter out your mouth type stuff. I can't stand when people take personal shots like that. You for a career decision? What do you do? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That's probably why I won't ever be on I don't care to be. We're gonna keep going this way. Anyways, if y'all want to continue to support the network, man, there's multiple ways to support: Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, 5 gifted gifted super chats, gifted memberships, all of that stuff is available. Just ask for the links in the chat, and our moderators will provide it for you all. What time is it? 11 o'clock, man. We have hit our hour and a half mark. Listen, if anybody else want to call in on the line, we got the line open for another 5. Let's go 5 minutes. We'll go 5 more minutes with the line open, then we'll close out. Let's get some comments. Roll call. It's 17 points a game this year. Best since 2017. Yeah, defensively. Yeah. I mean, it's wild to me how stupid some people can be. Facts, Kyle. They wanted to fire probably one of the best defensive coordinators we've had in 4+ years, bro. Defense was one of the best since 2017, and he didn't even have any time. Had freshmen and had to get them ready quick. And people were confused why Colin Hitzler was fired. Well, you got to think you had 3 defensive play callers on the defensive side of the ball. Somebody was the odd man out. Somebody had to be the odd man out. All right, and it just so happened to look at the value of what's brought. You getting more cornerbacks that can play safety. Zay Mincy went from corner to safety. That's a telltale of what the coaches were doing as far as development. Another call on the line.
Call from
Tony.
Yo, Tony, you got you on the line. You in the game? Talk to me. And this was Tony, right?
Yes, it is Tony.
All right,
Yes,
Tony, welcome to the show. First time calling in.
Yes, it is.
All right, welcome, man. This sound like a lady, y'all. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me turn my headphones on. Is this
It's T-O-N-I. It's T-O-N-I, like Tony Braxton.
Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome in. First time caller. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. What's on your mind?
Sorry,
What's on your mind?
I'm just kind of getting tired of the fans talking about firing people when, let's be real, Milroe was the problem from the beginning, right? We dealt with him last year with the same problems. We dealt with him this year with the same problems. We weren't going to go to any national championship. If anybody thought that this team was going to any national championship with Milroe as the quarterback, they were crazy.
Call me crazy then, Tony, because I just knew he was going to do it. Call me crazy. Say it. Say it live. Say, Coach Smook, you crazy. Say it.
I'm going to call you crazy then.
Say, Coach Smook, you crazy.
Because no, seriously. Now, Milroe is a one-dimensional person. You cut off his running game, that boy don't know what to do. And it's not one time we've seen it. We've seen this over and over and over again. Now, I understand why, Coach DeBoer, he probably felt sorry for him and, wanted to give him a chance to prove himself. But, I mean, with one game he's hot. Next game, we don't know which Milroe coming in. We don't know if it's the Georgia Milroe coming in. We don't know if it's the Vandy Milroe coming in. It's like it's a bipolar type of thing that we have to keep dealing with over and over. And for one, I hope that he goes to the NFL and he finds somebody who can teach him how to be a quarterback and do great things, because that's what I wish for him. But moving forward, we cannot keep doing the next man up. We got to have them compete and have the best man for that job play. So whether it's Russell Mack or Ty Simpson, let them duke it out, let them compete, and the best man wins and take charge and win us some games, because this is ridiculous.
Right. Now, Tony, I want so bad to get mad at you for disagreeing with my take, but I will say this. Just as many games as you say Milroe was inconsistent, I can go show you where games he looked like a Heisman quarterback against better competition, better quality of opponents, games where he let the game come to him. He looked very good. And to me, a lot of that had to do, and I don't know if you know, but Milroe dealt with a lot this year. Not just mental stuff. We're talking about physicality standpoint. When Milroe got hurt in the Georgia game, the first half of the Georgia game, it was obvious and clear for the next 3 weeks what was going on. And for people that kept saying, Kalen DeBoer was too loyal to him, well, if I'm a coach and I got a hurt quarterback, and I know it's important to win, right? I know loyalty is there. You want to give them a chance to go out there and fight. What is my backup quarterbacks, my experienced backup quarterback, Ty Simpson, let's say, let's just throw it out there. We had a lot of hope that Ty Simpson will be able to provide quality backup reps, right? What is he not doing in practice?
Right, because
hold on. Can I finish? I was about to hand it to you, Tony.
Go ahead.
I was going to hand it back to you. I was going to ask you, what is our quarterback, our QB2, not doing in practice that staff can't be confident enough to put him on the field? It can't be personal. There's no personal stuff going on. It's got to be what you're putting on the field in practice. What is he not doing? Or what is he doing?
He's not doing the right thing. And if he's not doing the right thing, that means he cannot be the next guy to come in and take over, because we're not going through this again. The fans are fed up. We are not going through this again. I'm serious. My blood pressure keeps going up and down. I can't be doing that. It's not healthy for me.
Tony said she tired of this. She said she tired of this. Tony, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I feel your frustrations, but I look at it from a different standpoint. I look at it just how much was stacked against this staff. And I don't know if you listened to my live the other day when we were kind of diving into this debate, but this staff only had a total of 30 practices, right? Over a 3-month span. That's possibly, like, really realistically, let's say not even 30 practices, because you had 15 spring practices and you had 15 fall practices that were spread out between 3 days during spring. You only got to practice max 2-3 days a week over 3 weeks in spring. And then you go into the fall where you got 2.5 weeks of actual game planning, practice, and you're bringing in new scheme, new players, new coaches, new language, new lingo. You're developing a game plan, and you start the season off in your first 4 weeks. You see 2 ranked opponents, and you start off on a solid trend. Nobody knows what you're bringing to the table, so you can have kind of an advantage. But now that you put stuff on film, you have to make drastic adjustments that you really can't. You're limited on making because the language is still not understood. Did you take Spanish in high school, Tony?
Yes, I did.
Were you speaking fluently that third day in class?
No.
It took you to about the end of the semester to start saying, hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien, gracias. You know what I'm saying? It took us a few weeks to get there. And I feel like if we really sit back and look at what Alabama roster turnover, replacing the GOAT staff, both staffs, not just on-field staff, but you're talking about personnel staff, recruiting staff, all of these things turnover.
Players too.
Come on, man.
Even for the NIL, which
9-3 ain't bad
to understand. And that's what I'm saying. 9-3 is not bad. He did more than I expected him to do. Right. So 9-3, and he did better than what Saban did when he started. Right. But we're not going to compare the two. But the thing is, Saban didn't have to deal with NIL. It's only near to the latter part of his career that he had to start dealing with that. But during the times when he was winning all the time, he didn't have to deal with, well, I'm going to pay a quarterback nearly $6 million to play, or if I don't play, I'm going to walk and go somewhere else. And these are things that these coaches have to deal with. You got to be nice to everybody, because now you're trying to keep your team, because if a player feels like, well, I don't feel like I'm getting enough playing time, or I don't feel like I'm getting this, or I don't feel like I'm important enough or whatever going on with them,
Mhm.
right? They got to spend more time trying to cater to the players than actually teaching the players. What is NCAA doing? Because at this point, you have spoiled football for everybody.
And you know what? That's the sad part about it, Tony. The NCAA has no control over football anymore. Once you let the courts and legislation get into this to start regulating money, which is what we all know, that's what drives all of the industry, the money. Wherever the green is, that's what. The moment you allow legislation and lawmakers to get into it, to start making claims on something that has nothing to do with their profession, right? Players wanting to be acknowledged and receive compensation. If we're going to legalize it, we have to integrate the lawmakers, right? But why are we taxing what these players are making to pay the lawmakers, right? Do we do it in the NFL? Do we do it with Major League Baseball? If we're modeling this to transition these players and kind of educate them to what's going to be what they're preparing for at the professional level, there needs to be some parameters changed. And we're seeing the effects of having the wild, wild west of college football, NIL portal, all of that stuff. We're seeing the effects of it. Talent spread is good. It's good for talent spread, right? But it's not good for continuity and longevity when wanting to develop players
No, it's not.
and programs.
How can you ask a coach to develop a player if the player only go to say one season? Or you have quarterbacks that stay in there till their 7th year.
I mean, we don't even know if Kalen DeBoer.
Regular college, you stay in college for 4 years and you're gone.
Facts.
Unless you're doing a doctorate or you're doing or you're going to law school. I've never seen where you have a quarterback there for 7 years.
Mm. Isn't Finley?
Of course, he's going to get good. After 7 years, if he's not, if that quarterback ain't good, then I mean, I don't know why he's even playing football.
And that's why I was never hype on Cam Howard. Like, Cam Howard's supposed to be in his 3rd year in the league right now. Like right now, Cam Howard supposed to be in his 3rd year in the league. Who was the other quarterback? It was another veteran quarterback out there in the West Coast playing his 6th year. Everybody giving him all this hype. I'm like, these guys are grown men playing against 17 and 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids, young men, and they're like, people are hyping them up. TJ Finley is that boy. He's just enjoying NIL. He know he not making it to the league. That boy is enjoying college NIL. For real, man. And I've said this.
That's what it's coming to now. They know that if they can't make it, they just demand more money. Because guess what? After that, after I graduate, I know I'm not gonna make it in the league. So I might as well come out of college with about $6 million, $7 million, and I'll be all right.
Yeah, and you go back home to your hometown, start you up a gym, listen, I'm giving y'all the plan for all you players that's enjoy NIL right now and not going to make it to the league. Here you go. You go back home, right? You take that $587K that you done made the last 2 years, because I know you're going to blow some of it, but you save it and you take it and you go and invest into a building and you get a training facility. You get some sponsorships, right? You go and sponsor some 7-on-7 teams. You support your high school. You do all that type of stuff and you become that's what NIL is really like. Big picture, that's what it's supposed to be for. So when guys don't go to the league, they have that, but you can't allow them to abuse it by staying 5, 6, 7, 8 years in college. That's just, to me, that's when you're going overboard. Tony, last statement to close out. This was a great conversation. How long have you been watching the channel?
I just started. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, I'm not tripping. I'm just curious because for somebody to come in and speak the facts and with the tone that you spoke with and just the delivery, I enjoyed getting my points like stabbed at. Like I'm a Jalen Milroe fan. I've never said he was the best quarterback, in the nation or anything like that. I've always saw his potential, and I'm one of the few that believes his progression, his growth over the last 2 years has been better than some of the quarterbacks that came into college ahead of him. And the situation he had to develop under 3 different coordinators, 3 sets of eyes, 3 different assignments that we want you to do as a quarterback in order to make this team be successful. And none of them were nearly relatable as to how they were to be executed.
Why I'm not so hard on him.
And
that's why I'm not so hard on him. It's because I understand what he had to face. But then I have to be truthful about it at the end of the day. You are the problem. because if you watch the Michigan game, how many times was Jermaine Bernard down the field? Nobody around him.
Hey,
nobody was around him.
not just
The
him.
only thing
CJ
that
Dupree,
guy could do
Jan
was
Miller.
to shoot out the flare, and I'm over here, guy.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't throwing the ball over Williams' head, he was throwing it out to that none of the players could get. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
We talked about
individual.
it. We talked about it live. We was watching it live at the bar. I was calling it out, and that out route, the interception, you could tell he didn't have his footing, but that was such a late throw. And this is what I say.
Have you heard about the way they're saying that he was giving the defense the signals with the way he set his feet?
I don't believe that.
Stand forward.
I don't believe that. And the thing is, in those moments early in the game, you could see it was more so he was adjusting and trying to anticipate the snap coming. That's what I saw. He's trying to anticipate the snap coming. You don't have grip. You don't have any real footing. Did y'all not see Bray Hubbard slide like 16 feet after making a tackle? He like slid and just laid on the ground and let it happen like he was on a slip and slide. So that was the conditions weren't favorable, and it just so happened. Like anybody else noticed, I feel like God was mad at us in that Michigan game in the first quarter. I don't know what.
Alabama was the only team that was slipping and sliding. And Michigan was standing up there like, what is wrong with you guys?
Come on.
I'm not even going to tackle you right now.
Come on.
You're going to slide in front of me. I was like, what is going on with this?
It was pretty bad. And the fumble where Jan Miller and Milroe both tried to hop on it, and the ball shot straight up in the air, like 6 feet in the air. And dude almost caught it out the air, like off the ground. That was, to me, that game was just a telltale of what this season was. A bunch of turmoil. And one thing I will say, of all the negatives and the small positives that everybody was, pointing out on their different podcasts and channels and stuff post game, I will say this: that staff. If you look at the staff, I didn't see any frustration. I saw passion. I saw guys getting chewed out and stuff. But you could tell who was on their way out the door, who wasn't bought in, and the staff paid attention too. It was a lot of cool, calm, collected staff members. And I think they knew coming out of that game, the way it ended, they knew what they were up against. That's why you see the moves being made so deliberately now in recruiting, the portal, even with staff changes. I think this staff understands what they have a good gauge on it. 9-3, first year in this hostile environment. I think they have a good gauge on moving forward.
You can't ask for anything better. He did 9-3, and most people didn't even give him that grace. The people were saying he was going to do less than that. So the fact that he did 9-3, I'm happy for him, and that they finally got defense. Defense was the saving grace for that game. So I love that how defense stepped up. I loved it. You got to give the man grace now. And when I say give him grace, I don't mean that come next year, if he doesn't make it, we need put our pitchforks up and say we need to change coach. No, we don't. We got to give him grace.
Give him at least 1 year. Grace. At least 1 year, Tony. That's all I'm asking for. At least 1 year. Most coaches, most players, freshmen don't turn over. Julio Jones didn't get it to like his 14th game of his career. He had spots. Where he flashed, and we was talking about how great he was, this, that, and third. But he didn't even get it until like his 14th game. Bryce Young came in, and just the style of offense that was catered to him allowed him to take off. And he was a generational talent. But you turn around, you see other quarterbacks struggle in the same sense with what we would think would be the same skill set. So it's just all a part of the game development curve and all of that. With this staff, how much they went against, I think we're in good possession. Final thought, and then we're gonna get off this phone line, Tony. I really enjoyed you on this phone line tonight.
Thank you. Me too. My final thought is this: give the team this time. I know they're gonna do great come next year because seeing the players that they picked, and he handpicked, and we're number one in recruiting. Just give him some time, and I'm quite sure we'll either get to the Natties or even win it.
For sure.
Roll Tide.
For sure. Roll Tide, Tony. And thank you for calling in and supporting the Coach Smook Network.
Ain't no problem.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Look at her, so soft-spoken but hard at the same time. Y'all, that's life. That's love right there. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. And Jason, what you want to call in and talk about? I don't want to talk to you tonight, Jason. We're gonna talk tomorrow. Don't you got a live tomorrow? I'm gonna bother you tomorrow. I gotta get over to my boo house. I'm trying to get to my boo house, y'all. It's late. I'm trying to get to my boo. It's cold outside. I want to be rubbing my feet together. I want to rub up against her feet. So let me get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. Y'all know this is the Unfiltered Network, man. Coach Smook. That's how we do it, man. We create a family environment, get everybody comfortable to call in on the line, talk, get in the chat, talk, keep it respectful. I seen a few people come in acting crazy, but y'all know my mods be on it. AAA mods. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight again. Just providing some reactions, some information, and some insight on what's going on at the University of Alabama and in all sports, and not just University of Alabama. Y'all going to see February is going to be a month. Y'all going to be like, is he still a Bama fan? Yes, die hard, always going to be. But we got some Ole Miss connects now. I got a Boston College connect. I got an Oregon connect. I mean, we're growing, and we're going to keep doing what we do. Roll Tide Roll, Coach Smook. I got a question. Well, your question can't get answered, man. One, Brody, you ain't got a wristband. Somebody get Brody a wristband. And two, we ending the show. I know, Jason. I was telling you what I was saying is I wouldn't even tell you to call or get on. I was telling you that I gave you your flowers earlier for you and Coach calling me, making the right pick over Notre Dame and Georgia, which to me, I really don't give a out because one, Georgia losing to Notre Dame is good for us Bama fans that want to troll Georgia. I haven't had to say nothing. I woke up this morning and I put the eyes right on Facebook. I had Georgia fans coming at me. I had to delete the post because people cussing me out of stuff. I'm like, man, for real? That's how we doing? I just put the eyes. I ain't even saying that. I just put the eyes, man. That's it. Getting cussed out. But it is, man. Who's that coming down the track? Nobody. But y'all, let's go, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging out tonight again. We ended the show with 1,024 live viewers between both platforms, 117 here on YouTube, 906 on Twitter, man. Twitter, okay. I see y'all. Y'all really be wanting to know that stuff. And shout out to Cody Ledoux, whoever that is, man. I've been hearing some stuff about him saying that he got inside scooping that I don't know what I'm talking about, but he don't know that I be seeing him watching the show. I'm sorry, man. I'm silly like that. Y'all made me stay on too late. But listen, I love y'all, man. How to get a wristband? Get that man a wristband, y'all. Get that man a wristband. Get a wristband. $2.99 to get a wristband. $2.99 to get you in the club, cuz. Yeah, they look bad. They look bad, man. Big Homie 334. Yeah, good night, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all up any longer. Y'all know I can get like a preacher and make this thing long. Pause. But last 3 minutes, I just want to give y'all an opportunity to join the AAA family, man. Y'all make sure y'all get him that link. If you haven't joined the AAA family, man, this infomercial coming up next is how you do so. But shout out to our sponsors on today's stream. You will also see that video. But catch us tomorrow. Keep your live notifications on. If you haven't subscribing to the channel is free here on YouTube. Subscribing to the channel is free on YouTube, right? Becoming a member is what you pay for. Same thing on Twitter. You can follow on Twitter, but subscribing on Twitter, I forgot what my subscription thing is on Twitter. I don't even promote that. Don't do that, y'all. But if you want to donate, if you want to help, there's Cash App, there's Venmo, there's PayPal. You can provide it at Coach Smoke Network on all three of those. If you search them and you see any of our company logos or my picture, if you're not sure, you think somebody trying to scam you, you can always inbox me or whatever. I'm not pressed about getting donations. Whenever you feel like you want to, I'm only saying this because I have messages in my inbox that are asking about this thing. So if you're watching live right now, definitely take advantage of those and continue to support the network. Shout out to all of the moderators in the chat for doing that work. Every member in the community that's a member or that's just actively supporting on any platform, on any level, I thank you all and I appreciate you and I thank God for each and every one of you. I pray that you all have a good night's rest. I think we are set up to have a good time this off season. Spring ball is going to be fun. Y'all know Coach Smook will be providing as much coverage as possible. T-Town is going to become home again. We're working on making that move just for the spring, so we can provide that day-to-day coverage during spring ball and those interactions with those players. So I appreciate you. My Twitter comments got you eating popcorn. Oh man, I be killing them on Twitter. And we are ending the live. We're ending the live stream with 152 likes on the stream. Thank y'all for allowing us to hit that 100 like goal on the stream. And with that being said, I'm your boy Coach Smook. And when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, coach. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll catch y'all on the next one. AAA family, thank y'all, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining the AAA family. By doing so, you have committed to supporting this channel monetarily, and for that, I cannot thank you enough. I'm glad that you saw fit to contribute to the growth of this network, and because of that, you have access to all the behind the scenes content that we're going to be placing on this channel, backstage access to all the vlogs, VODs. We got all types of content. You will have early access to it. Also, any event that you see come out with outside with Coach Smook or anything sponsored or partnered with Coach Smook, it will be preferred. And we will all make sure that we're all taken care of. This community is going to continue to grow. Don't miss out on any opportunities to network. We have other content creators. We have business owners. We got entrepreneurs. This is Coach Smook Network because we believe in networking. We want to uplift the community. So thank you for contributing to helping that mission, seeing that goal. And that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to uplift and continue to grow. So thank you for all your contributions and welcome to the family. AAA, SOS.
Go to produce.